Hi Neelam, how are you?
I'm very good, Ashu, and I was missing you so much.
Same here,
Where
and
have
I was
you
missing
been?
these
How have you
magical
been?
calls, magical calls, and we are
Of
back
course.
with Ascension Saturdays. And thank you all of you who are watching us here, and thank you to each and everyone who is on this call and who are watching us. We are more
Ye-
than thrilled to restart our Ascension weekends, and this time it's going to be Ascension Saturdays instead of Ascension Sundays. I know you all loved previous episodes, and me and Neelam loved every bit of them too. And hence, we are now back with more on
Another
this
one.
amazing. Yes,
Yes. So happy to see you and so happy to restart this amazing series with you. Of
absolutely.
course,
Same.
I miss and I am more than excited to
Yes,
start the
so am
book
I.
club as well. But this
Book
is
club is
something.
happening too. Yes,
Yeah, book club is also happening, but this is something so close to my heart because it
absolutely.
enlightens me, and
Yes,
I feel so connected with the
so
topics
connected.
that
Yes,
you bring in here. And today's topic is very interesting one, and so I'm so excited to learn from you, Ashu here. So let's
let us
start.
start without any delays. So, hi everyone, this is Ashwini Chube, and we have with us Neelam Sharma. We both are part of Team Unicorn Insight. Unicorn Insight is an organization which aims at creating more light in the world, making the world a better place, touching lives, and so on and on and on and on.
Yeah, and
So,
spreading magic,
and
magic.
spreading magic. And hence, we are going to today talk about a term which so many of you might have heard, but you might have wondered what the term is. Neelam, do you want to say what term is it? And what's the topic for
It
today?
is. Yes, so it is Lightworker. I share so many status on my WhatsApp on this
Yes,
topic,
yes,
and I
yes.
always get um, curious questions. What is
Curious
a
question.
Lightworker? What does this
Who is a
status
light
mean?
worker? And
Who is
what
a
do light
Lightworker?
workers do?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
and
So Ashu, I'll start with the very basic question.
sure.
Who is a Lightworker?
Okay. So now the term light worker, I will tell you about first how I came across this word. Around 2013-14, around the time when I met my teacher,
Yeah.
around the time I met my teachers, and I was also introduced to the work of the world of angels, the world of energy medicine, the world of magic. And I pondered upon this word in 2014. I bumped across this word and I pondered upon what is this? What exactly does a light worker mean? That was what my question was. And I started, Googling on. Now, 2014 is close to 9 to 10 years ago. So at that time there was no information much information available on this term. Today in 2023 we are in a place where there is so much information. There are so many teachers, there are so many topics, there are so many videos on, whether it is social media videos on Facebook, YouTube, or any of the channels. This is so much this is so much available right now, but that time kuch bhi nahi tha. So
Yes.
I kept on reading about it. I kept on asking people, and I came across this term which was called as a light worker by I read a book by Doreen Virtue. The definition was light workers are people who have volunteered before birth to help the planet and its population heal from the
Hmm.
effects of fear. Every light worker is here for a sacred purpose. Okay, this was what I came across and I found it very fascinating. Now, that time I was not aware that I am one, you are one, and I'm sure a lot of people who are watching us are light workers too. And light
Yes.
workers have increased in a geometric progression. So, if in 2013 there were two, then there were four, then there were eight, then there were 16, then it grows this way in geometric progression, not in two and four. And because every teacher who teaches a student, and when the student becomes a teacher, they empower hundreds. So imagine how much magic is happening in the world. So
Yes.
that time I was not aware that I am a light worker and we all are light workers. And I was just curious to know about this. So then after all this reading, I spoke to my teachers as well. And I realized that Basically, light worker is someone who has a job or a work to create more awareness, consciousness on the planet, to spread more light, to help people heal away from the effects of fear, to help people heal away from anxiety, to break the matrix. And I was like, oh my God, what do you mean by break the matrix? Because we all have seen the movie Matrix and the Matrix series. And for me, Matrix was only that. And I wondered, what is exactly all of this? Yeah, ये क्या है? मतलब, कैसे होता है? And then I realized that people slowly started awakening.
Hmm.
Okay, Neelam, after 2014, 2015, 16, 17, 18, a lot of people started having their awakenings. In 2020, there was a huge wave of awakening which happened because we were in the whole lockdown phase. Um, the
Yeah.
the pandemic was out there. We were locked in our homes, and things were catastrophic, and things were really getting out of hand. And people actually awakened a lot in that time. So a lot of light workers awakened. So all said and done, this is the way I discovered this term. But to put it in simple words, a light worker is someone who is helping to spread more light in the world, who is helping to help us release the darkness. So, often when I meet people or family, friends, people talk and they come to this conclusion कि चलो आजकल दिन अच्छे नहीं है, things are getting bad, people are being so mean. And there is a voice in my head which says that, Ashwini, you have to tell them that um ऐसे नहीं है, because as much as things are getting worse, there are things which are getting better. And
Absolutely.
it's about the choice. It's what choices you are making will determine which side you will fall in. Because at one side of the world, there are terrible things happening. There are things not going well, and another at in another way, there is people are choosing magic, people are choosing consciousness, people are awakening, people are finding their own inner superpowers, people are getting trained in superpowers, people are getting skills, and there are millions of people who are right now um, awakening, who are talking about it. And I realize that my work, our work, Neelam, is, I mean, I know we are doing all this work through Unicorn Insight, but just like us, there are hundreds of people, and I look at them and I feel, oh my God, there is अपने को बहुत आगे जाना है, because there are millions of people across the world who are doing this, and I'm so inspired by all of them, because each one is doing their bit to make the world a better place, to help us release fear, to help us release negativity. There are so many people who have struggled with self belief, Neelam. I mean, even I was someone who always believed that I was not good enough. I always thought I was very mediocre, not very good, not excellent. And um, we are told time and again that जिंदगी ऐसी ही होती है, आपको ऐसे ही आपको जीना है, आपको ऐसे ही इन्हीं सिचुएशन में आपको सरवाइव करना है, कंपटीशन बहुत है. सो दीज आर ऑल थिंग्स वी वर टोल्ड, विच इज ऑल मैट्रिक्स थिंकिंग, थ्री डायमेंशनल थिंकिंग. बट देन once you start awakening, once you start ascending, once you start rising, um, आपको ये पता चलता है कि आपके अंदर बहुत पोटेंशियल है. यू हैव सो मच पोटेंशियल within you. I won't even call it potential, I would call it potency, because potency is the word which is often used in access consciousness to tell you that you have this uh, power within you which you're not aware of, and which if you create through that power, you could change the world. You are so potent, right? So I
Yeah.
always use the word potent, and I think all of us light workers, we all are very potent because we have that hidden skill within us. But throughout our life we have been told that there is something wrong with us, और उसकी वजह से हमें काफी बार ऐसे होता है कि हम सेल्फ डाउट में इतना जाते हैं that we are not able to tap those powers within us, tap those potencies within us. And I think with light workers this is very common. So yes, if you are someone who feels called to share your light, to create a better place, to break this current matrix, many light workers either resigned from their jobs, lost their jobs, or decided to make a separate different choice of work, where they decide to just, and what kind of work we do, like, I mean, of course, I'm sure we will talk more in detail about what kind of jobs do light workers do, and what all is that about. But Basically, light workers have a vision to make the world a better place and to make sure that we are creating a new world, a new earth. I'm going to talk about the new earth today. So yeah, that's my first introduction to the term light workers,
Yeah.
Neelam.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you, Ash, on every point, because after 2012, the
Yeah,
Mother Earth has gone through a transformation,
yep, yep.
and the transformation is still going on
It is, of
from,
course.
3D to three-dimensional reality, what we call it reality, right? We moved
Yes,
to
3D reality to
four-dimensional.
four-dimensional reality. Yeah.
Yes. And now it is the time to ascend ourselves and move to the five-dimensional reality. And, if I look at our Hindi, what I would say that Eastern
Philosophy.
philosophy or spirituality concept. So this is the age of Kali Yuga. This is the age of transformation. And
Okay.
once the transformation is over, then again Satyug will be
Absolutely.
restored. So this is how it goes, right?
Absolutely. And Neelam, I will
Different
tell you
different
this.
yugs.
Today morning, I saw a beautiful talk by BK sister Shivani ji. And she said that Satyuga has already started.
Yes,
And I
that's
was like,
why so many light workers.
yes,
That's why we are, talking
yes,
about these things. I know that there have been disastrous things,
yes.
in recent times, and we all have gone through so much
We
in
all
our
have.
personal life, in our professional life as well. And then, we learned from it, and now it's the time that we should impart that learning into our conduct, and also spread the
Absolutely.
love and light that
Absolutely.
that has been transcended to us. So yes,
Absolutely.
definitely, I totally agree with every point that you raised. So with that, I would like to discuss more about this, because I it came the thing that came into my mind was that the does the term light worker arise from the Western school of spirituality or from the Eastern school of
Okay.
spirituality?
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good question. And thank you for asking that. Now, if you see, guys, like, this term is solely a Western term, but I feel it is applicable both to the Western and Eastern worlds because it was the point, the term was coined by Doreen Virtue,
Okay.
who is a great author, and she was the pioneer in the New Age philosophies. She was the first one to write about angels and magic and all of that. So it's the term is coined from the Western philosophy, and it's a the definition also comes from Doreen Virtue. Um, However, I feel it's a global term now because so many people have started awakening, arising to this. And as I said, like Satyug has already begun. What's the difference between are we living in Satyug or are we living in Kalyug? I feel we are living in Satyug and Kalyug simultaneously. It's your choices whether you are in Satyug or whether you are in Kalyug. If you choose to be in Kalyug and if you choose to curse the system, you will be stuck in Kalyug. But if you choose to make different choices and move out of all of that and you move towards your purpose, towards your magic, be uh, you will be evolving with the in the light workers way, and you will be creating that magic changing world.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I think, in eastern side of spirituality also,
Yep, yep.
we have our light workers. So it's just that we don't use the term, but we have
Some
our
light
gurus.
workers, yes, yes.
Yes,
But I
we
think
have our
because we have
gurus,
used
we have our deities
Sanskrit.
who have been there guiding us,
Yes,
get
yes.
all these ages. So, I don't, because a lot of people ask me that these terms are westernized, these are Western terms, and you talk about all these, we don't know how to relate with them. So, wanted to
Yes. So,
clarify
okay,
from
so I
that
will
perspective.
add something to that, and thank you for asking. I believe the world is Vasudha Eva Kutumbakam is such a powerful Sanskrit phrase which says that the whole world is my home. Okay, Western, Eastern are man-made terms. We always have wanted to identify ourselves with the place where we are born, the language where we are, the kind of personalities we have, the way we speak, the skin colors we have, the hair we have. But I think we are all beyond all of that. We are one family as earth. Okay. And just because the term is a light worker and it was coined by someone who has lived in the West, doesn't mean that light workers will only be found in the West. I think all, whether they are like, for instance, very simple, energy. Okay, energy medicine, energy healing is a Western term. We call it Prana Shakti in Sanskrit. In
Yes.
the East, Japanese call it Reiki, right? In China they call it Chi, right? In Hawaii, in the islands of Hawaii, they too have a word for that energy. I think it's mana. I'm not sure about it, but basically, we all civilizations have had those words. And if you read Vedas, Upanishad, the Bhagavad Gita, a lot of, even if you read Sri Maharishi Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, they all talk about all of this, right? I mean, a lot of spiritual terms have originated. Um, if you see the terms of energy healing, they all have reference in the Vedas, in the Ashtanga Yoga. So, first and foremost, let us take this out of our mind that light workers are someone who are found in the West. No, Lightworker is a wave which is all over the world. You could be sitting in India, you could be sitting in Japan, you could be sitting in America, you could be in South Africa, in London, in Singapore, in Australia, or in say Brazil, and there are people all over the world who have awakened. In fact, the creator has made it sure that there are light workers sent in each of the lands of the world so that the people around them get enlightened and they get that knowledge. Because I met my teacher in Mumbai, my spiritual teacher, and she actually handheld me through that initial stage in 2020, in 2012 and 2013 and 2014, when I was really looking for some kind of spiritual support. I met my teacher and she really taught me so much. She really helped me through my awakening process. Subsequently, I met more of my teachers in Mumbai, some teachers from other parts of India, some teachers from other parts of the world. I met teachers from England, from the US, and all of them have made me today what who I am. I have also, my teacher has been trained. My spiritual teacher was trained directly under Japanese masters. So, she also brought a lot of wisdom from the East. And I think being a light worker, it's immaterial because that is your human, that's your 3D identity. That, oh, I am an Indian, I live in Mumbai, and this is what I do. But I believe that with the world changing, I would rather say that I'm a global citizen. I'm someone who is child of Mother Earth and who is here to make that difference on planet Earth. So
Absolutely.
that's how I would put
Great.
it up.
Yeah. So although you have explained a lot, uh, in the first question itself, what who is a light worker, but still, for that
Yeah,
clarity and for the people who are listening it for the first time,
yeah,
the term, I would ask again. So, what is the purpose of being a light worker?
sure, sure. Okay, so the purpose of being light worker is to create more light on Earth, to end the
Mm-hmm.
darkness, to end negative thinking, to end negativity, or rather to tell
Mm-hmm.
people that, listen, if you're going through a lot of negativity, you have a different choice to get out of this and make a new choice and move into a world full of magic. Okay. And this is what, because this is exactly what the divine would like to tell if divine had a face, had a voice, but the universe will not speak saying that, hello, hi, Ashwini. It will not come and ring my bell and say, hi, Ashwini, I'm the universe. I'm here to tell you that there is magic and miracles possible. No, the universe will send someone to me who will tell me that, look, Ashwini, this is possible. And then I will make those choices. I will have those experiences. And over a period of time, I will share those experiences with people and I will tell them that, look, it's possible to have a different possibility. And this is exactly what the light workers are for. So they are the ones who are way showers. There is a term called way shower light worker. There are the ones who hold, they do hand holding. They use terms like holding space for someone. Then there are teachers, there are master teachers, there are ascended masters, there are angels, there are all these beings who will help you through. Now light workers are living beings with bodies. Okay, why I'm using the terms living beings with bodies? Because on earth dimension, it's very important for us to have a body and live in a body in order to explain
Physical
things.
sense.
Physical
Yeah.
sense, right? Otherwise, and a lot of people, like, nowadays we have learned um techniques like channeling, auto writing, claircognizance, clairvoyance, where you can directly connect to the higher powers, get the messages, and share it with people, right? And again, I'm talking about these techniques are something which can be learned. Everyone, I feel everyone has that gift of clairvoyance, of intuition. And if you, the more you use it, it's like a muscle. The more you use it, we can train people to do that. And you can connect from the universe, and you can know what messages to connect to people. And then you can tell people that this is something you could do, and they spread the knowledge. Okay, I'll give you a simple example, because for a lot of people, this might seem woo, this might seem like, okay, what is she talking about? Hence, I'm going to put it in better words. So, when I connected to my teacher first, and I was feeling very stressed out in life overall. I had no time for myself. I had no time to do the things I loved, and all of that, and then work and relationships, everything was going through so much of turbulence. And when I met my teacher, she told me very simple things, that Ashwini, first find yourself, and first find what is it that you truly want in life. And
Mm-hmm.
then once you start getting closer to yourself, you will start realizing that all this is just, you are confused in a lot of things, because you are not completely aware of what is it that you want. But the moment you get closer to yourself and you know what is it that you truly want, all these stress will also be immaterial. And at that point, I was like, what is she talking? I really don't understand. But over a period of time, I realized that as I started getting closer to who truly I was, my life started becoming smoother, more peaceful, more calm. A lot of people who were very important for me at that point of time, but from whom I did not receive any kind of support, or, um, this could be friends or colleagues, they started drifting away from my life. And I started making friends with people who actually had similar interests just like me, with whose support I could be better in life, with whose support I could live a more quality life. I had better health. I had, like I always say, deeper sleep. So what are some of the things what we need to live a happy life? We feel, oh, the latest iPhone, the latest gadgets, jewelry, car, and a posh house is what we need. So of course, these are beautiful things to have. And I'm not saying that, I'm not someone who says that, oh, leave everything and go and start living at in the Himalayas. No, I'm not saying that. These things are beautiful. It's great to have. But what is the base of all that we require? So we all need um, a good quality sleep at night. We can sleep well. We can we can move. We can dance. We can smile more. We can laugh more. We have a good digestion. We can eat what we want, we can drink water, and we can breathe easily. I think these are the things which we need. These are the basic things. But right now, we think that the basic things we need are things, like we feel ki, अरे उसके पास तो मेरे, I have, he has iPhone 12, I have iPhone 12, he has iPhone 13. लेटेस्ट है आईफोन 14 है उसके पास लेटेस्ट मॉडल ऑफ कार है, और मेरी गाड़ी तो आई गॉट माई कार, इट्स सो ब्यूटीफुल, आई लव माई कार, बट उसकी गाड़ी तो मेरे से भी बेटर मॉडल है, बड़ी गाड़ी है। मेरा तो इतना स्क्वायर फीट का फ्लैट है, उसका स्क्वायर फीट, उसका तो डबल फ्लैट है मेरा। एंड दैट्स व्हाई वी lose peace of mind, because these are the things we focus on. Now,
Yeah,
when you start
absolutely.
focusing on yourself, and when you know what is it that you truly want, right, the material things automatically start coming to you, because your vibrations have risen, your receiving has improved. So the material things also start falling in place. I always say that material things falling in place is always a byproduct of the inner work you do. If you have a rich life outside, which people see and feel, oh, she or he has a rich life outside, it is because they have done the inner work, right? And I think that is most important for all of us. So, okay, I'm not going to deviate too much from the topic, but um, what is the purpose of the light worker? The purpose of the light worker is to show people that there are possibilities, that they can choose a better life. If they are really in a job where they are being bullied constantly, they are being tortured, they can quit that job and get another job, right? Where and they can attract a job where they will be treated with more respect, where we start valuing qualities like respect, peace of mind, where they
Yes,
get right. So
you
a
can
job of
be in a relationship where you are being loved, you are being
you are being
respected. You don't
absolutely
have to
and
stay in a toxic relationship just because you think that the person is important for you. Why?
absolutely.
You have a choice. You have a choice to move
Absolutely.
out of a relationship. I mean, I'm
Yes.
just putting an example because a lot of people to me in my workplace, they also
Yeah.
come, they discuss things, and I feel so much, empathy for them because
Yeah.
they have been into toxic relationships for years.
For
They are
years.
just
And they don't even know
carrying
what
it
it
just
means to be,
because, yes, for years.
they don't even know what it means to be
And
in a safe
they don't
relationship.
even know, and they say that okay, we don't have a choice. Ab kya hi kar sakte hain? The kind of
We all,
responses that I
yes.
get from them, it really hurts me, and I feel that there should be someone, or I just request universe to give me that power that I can bring even a small
Yes.
change in their
Small
life,
change in their life.
or
But
they
Neelam, again, I'm going to interrupt you here. The job of a light worker is to spread the light. The light worker can always spread light and show people the possibilities, but
yes,
eventually, what happens in someone's life is solely their choice. And this is something which I learned over a period
their
of time,
choice.
that, yeah, that
Yeah,
we try to rescue a lot of people out of toxic relationships, unfulfilling jobs, and a lot of things. But over a period of time, when we absolutely have our things show up in such a manner that we know that they are that they have to choose, because unless they choose, it is not possible for us to there is this saying, we can take the horses to drink water, but the horses have to drink water themselves. So it's
so
exactly
true.
like that.
Yes, absolutely.
So yes,
All right. So
so
that brings
so
me to
that
the
is the
third question.
definition. Yes, let's go to the next question.
Yeah,
And
the next question says, so what is happening on Earth? हो क्या रहा है ऐसा कि
oh,
light
okay.
worker come आई
Right. Okay, क्या हो रहा है? तो
क्या
we
हो
were
रहा है?
living in a 3D world. We were, as I said, we were living in Ghor Kalyug. We have been living in very, very, things have gotten worse. And in 2012, something shifted. Okay. And in 2012, a whole wave of light workers, a whole wave of light was transmitted on Earth, after which a lot of people awakened. I had my awakening in 2012. I don't know how. People ask me, how did you awaken? क्या करना पड़ेगा कि हम भी awaken होंगे? I have no answer to it, because I think it's a chosen time for all of us, and we all
Yes.
choose to um, awaken at whatever our awakening time is. So in 2012, there was a huge wave of ascension which came on Earth, after which people started slowly awakening. Okay. Um, as I said, awakening happens in geometric progression. So 2012, there was a wave of light workers which was born. The next wave came in 2014-15. The next wave came in 2017-18. The next wave came in 1920. The biggest wave came in 2020 and 21, when the earth was
Yeah.
going through so much change because of the pandemic. Now, after that, what has happened is people have awakened. People, like, nowadays, everyone will put, like, I open my social media, I see someone putting about burning a bay leaf, or people say that, okay, I'm going to put my hands and let ward away negativity, cord cutting, tarot cards. Everyone is talking about it. Who are all these people? Who are all these people? they are the ones who have been awakened. They have been awakened time and again. There is a different batch. Almost feel like it's graduation every year. A new batch of light workers comes out. It's almost like graduation. So every wave comes up and there are more and more light workers infused, and one person will tell the other. And I realized at Unicorn Insight, it was initially only me. Then in 2020 Namrata and Bansuri joined, and you joined, and now we are almost about 17 to 18 people as a part of it's not just the core team, but also the bigger Unicorn Insight team is now close to 20. And
Yeah.
it's such a beautiful feeling, because everyone shares something, everyone has wisdom, people are expert in different fields, everyone has been going closer to their finding their own calling. So a lot of changes have happened. So according to Dinah Cooper, who is one of the greatest angel teachers of all time, and she's also author of many books. So I have these beautiful books of Dinah Cooper, where especially I like this book, which is named as The Archangel Guide to Ascension and Archangel
Okay.
Guide to Enlightenment and Mastery. Now, I will highly recommend to people to read these books, because there she talks about in 2012, the awakening started, and by 2032, which is exactly 9 years from now, we will be officially moving into the golden age. Okay, so I find that very empowering, and I'm so looking forward uh, for that, because golden, and she has written her latest book has released. I think the name is The Golden Future. I have to just check the title of that book. I just got it on Kindle and finished reading the first day itself, because I was so excited to learn about it. Where she talks about in the golden future how things will change, how we will start communicating by thoughts, and the book is beautiful. I think I'm not going to speak a lot about it, but I would tell our viewers to read it, because she's explained beautifully about it. Everything is changing. We are making different choices, and as light workers, we are spreading more light. So in the golden future, the earth will officially move to fifth dimension, and all the lower frequencies will slowly start getting released from earth, and it's our job to do the cleansing. I think when a lot of people will watch this video, and they will also ponder about what all of this is, and I'm sure a lot of people will start awakening, and a lot of people will contribute to making the golden future a reality. So the job of a light worker is
Absolutely.
to share, to spread light, okay, and to make people believe
Yeah.
that there are possibilities. Also, one thing,
Yeah.
Neelam, I want to add to it. I meet a lot of people who intellectualize the concept of the people who are sleeping. Okay, how do I put it? Okay, so I'll explain what do I mean by people who are sleeping and people who are awake.
Yeah.
So I had a client who used to come to me, and she was not having a bad relationship with her husband, but it was just that they two were very different people. So she says that my husband doesn't like me doing all these things. And Ashwini, you know what? He's very intelligent. That's why. So I said, okay, I can tell you one thing. Don't intellectualize someone who is sleeping, because a lot of people who are sleeping or who are not open to possibilities, it is because their third eye, this Ajna chakra, is closed. Okay, now here, when Ajna chakra
Yeah.
is closed, you will not believe that there is a world of magic, there is a world of miracles, there is something called as energy. They will only believe what they see with their physical eyes. And the classic
Yes.
example of are the people, and they are sleeping. I'm not saying that they are evil or they are bad, they are sleeping, right? They are not yet awake. They are not yet awake. Imagine it's you are someone who wakes up at say 5:30, and your husband or your wife, they wake up at 8. Okay, and you wake up at 5:30, you go out, you see the sunrise, and it's so beautiful, and you feel good. You come back home, and your husband or your wife, they're just waking up, and you tell them, you know what, today I just saw a beautiful sunrise, and the colors were so good, and the husband is shut the curtains in the house, and they are saying, किधर है सनराइज, मुझे तो नहीं दिख रहा है, कुछ भी बोलती हो, you are hallucinating. It's exactly like that. People who are sleeping, they are not awakened, because their third eye, the Ajna chakra, the energy center here, Lalata chakra energy center here, is closed. Okay, so please do not intellectualize those people. Don't say that because they're intelligent. Okay, I think
Yeah, I
intelligent.
I would like to add
Yeah.
something here, because generally what is perceived is that, people who have who are blessed with a lot of wealth, a lot of material success, like good position, good health, uh, good house, big house, everything. So they are blessed with that, maybe because of their past karmas, maybe because of the karmas of their parents, maybe they are good people, that's why they have been blessed with all these things. But all of this is considered, or they are considered as intellectual, but that's not the truth, because
No, but okay, I would like to add, I would like to interrupt here. I know so many people who are light workers and who are still living a very good material life. I know so many.
that's something which can happen. Yes,
Yes.
that's something which can happen, and it should happen as well. But
No.
sometimes we just, in our 3D reality, what we see here is that, someone who's having two houses, someone who's having multiple cars, someone who's having
But
crores in
but
his balance, so that
but
person
okay.
might be perceived as someone who has, who's intellect. So that does not mean that there is a difference between, or maybe intellect not. I'm just
No,
quoting the
you're.
example.
Yes, but you know what, Neelam, I would like to add here that I know so many light workers today. In fact, the light workers who are making a difference in lives of people are blessed with material wealth. See, unless I
Yes,
really am blessed with material wealth, I can't really make a difference in people's lives. That's what I believe. And because of this, I have always been blessed with material wealth. Trust me. And also, spirituality is termed as poverty, which is again a wrong thought because many people feel that if you're spiritual, you have to be, you will not have material possessions. But uh,
absolutely. But it's
it's not true.
opposite of the same is also true, that, if you are not, if you are, if you are doing good materialistically, that doesn't mean that you are spiritual as well. So
Absolutely.
it should
No,
be
so okay,
both
so
the
I will
ways.
put it this way. I will put it this way. What I'm talking about intellectualizing is people consider it a superiority complex where their third eye is closed. Okay, they feel because I'm intelligent, I'm not. I don't believe in these things. But that's one of the biggest lies because if you are intelligent, you're only using half portion of your brain. If you're awakened, you can be intelligent and awakened. If you look at academics, or if you look at what how you are intelligent in the 3D world. I know so many light workers who have a high IQ. Like I remember during my MBA times or during my aptitude test, I was among the people who had the highest IQs, more than many of them. But that doesn't mean that I don't believe in these things. But I had an awakening. I had an awakening after which I started believing. So I do not blame people who have not intellectual, who have who don't believe in these things, but
Absolutely. Yeah,
don't
yeah.
don't make them superior to you and don't feel that because you're
Exactly.
inferior.
That's what I was
Yeah,
also
yeah,
quoting. That
yes.
the your client, who she said that, okay, these things my husband doesn't do or doesn't believe in because he is intellectual. That's not the right
So let me
way
tell
to
you
put.
what happened. So let me tell you what happened, Neelam. This was in 2017, where her husband did not believe. He did not like her coming to meet me and take sessions with me. So she would hide from him. Okay. Fast
Okay.
forward 2021. Uh, the same lady messaged me and she said, Ashwini, I would like to book a session with you. And I said, all right, let's connect. And while she was doing that, her husband was sitting next to her and he was looking at me in absolute suspicion. ये कौन है lady? ये क्या है? But
Mhm.
at least he was okay with her asking. Um, and he said, I still don't believe in things, but I'm going through a very difficult time and आप कुछ भी करो, but I really feel that we have to, I need, like I've tried everything, or some things are not working because
Mm.
yeah,
Needed support.
yeah, and he had lost his job around that time or something. And no matter what he did with his great experience and his amazing degrees with whatever all of that, he was not able to. So somewhere that I would call it arrogance. It had also broken, and he put his barriers down. Then he took a clearing session with me. Then next session he said that kuch to, there is something which shifted in the first session where they both took it together And after that, he did a clearing session, access consciousness clearing session with me over Zoom. Okay. And within a month and a half, he got two job offers, out of which one of the places where he joined. I always tell them that please give me a testimonial, but he has not still come to terms that he would like to take the services, but he doesn't want people in his circle to know that he did something. He took an access consciousness clearing session
That
over Zoom.
acceptance is yet to
Yes,
come
yes.
in him.
But he did have an awakening, and he started believing that there is a world beyond. And I scientifically explained him that we are only using our left brain when we are intellectualizing things. When we start using our right brain, a lot of things come up. Anyway, all of this is the purpose of a light worker. Also, light workers do not want to wake up people who are sleeping, but when people start awakening on their own, they are the ones who connect to light workers. So I'm not telling people to connect to me, connect to any light worker. You will attract the best coach, the best teacher according to your vibrations, and you will always meet, because right now there are so many amazing people out there who are doing this amazing light work. So my purpose here was, do not intellectualize people who are asleep. Instead, be empathetic to them. Tell them that it's okay, you don't believe, it's all right, but these are my beliefs, and I honor my beliefs. And I always do that when people, sometimes people are very defensive when they are talking to me too. They're very defensive. They say, aise kaise hota hai. They always want to prove me wrong. I've met some people like this. Luckily nowadays I don't attract such people, because um, my vibrations have changed, so such people don't. But initially I used to meet a lot of people who would want to always prove me wrong, want to pick a fight and say that, they want to prove that आप कुछ illusion create करते हो and all of that. But I tell them that it's okay if you don't believe, it's all right, because if I were
Yeah.
in your place, I would too have not believed. Yeah, yeah. You were saying
Okay.
something.
No, no. I just want, so that takes me to the next question.
Yeah,
When that is that, you know, I suppose I realize that I am a light worker.
yeah.
Then what should be the steps that I
Wow,
should take?
wonderful. And I love this question, because this is what a lot of people would want to know. कि क्या है
हाँ, अब मैं क्या करूं?
करना है,
मतलब
अभी
आई
मैं
वांट
क्या
टू
करूं?
हेल्प पीपल,
अभी
या
मुझे पता है, अभी मुझे पता है. So, basically, first and foremost, start building your knowledge. Okay, first,
ओके,
know that you are a light worker and tell yourself that I'm now going to make new choices, different choices, where I'm going to start at least reading about it, learning. Like learning, of course, I always say people who are ready will be ready to learn. Okay.
या
And but before that, start reading. There are some wonderful authors who write about like I always talk about Diana Cooper, because I personally learned a lot and been inspired a lot from Diana's work, Diana's books. There are so many people who are writing about it. There is there are so many books available about it. Some titles, I will be writing some titles in the description below, but you could start with The Archangel Guide to Ascension by Diana Cooper. I also like works of people. Now, there are two levels at which work can go on. One is at the mental and cognitive level, where I like authors like Gabrielle Bernstein. I like authors like Jay Shetty. I like authors like Vishen Lakhiani, who all are on the mental level. Mental is where they are talking about terms which you could understand, comprehend, and
आइडेंटिफाई,
start,
या
yeah, identify and work with. And then there is the work on the metaphysical and spiritual plane, where writers like, there is Dinah Cooper and Tim Wilde. There is Jerry Sargent, who beautifully writes about star magic healing is a beautiful modality which he talks about. Then there is Steve Noble. I've been reading a lot about his work and his YouTube channels as well. And I really like all these people and their wonderful works. Kyle Gray. Kyle Gray is another amazing, he is also an angel therapist. And, I'm using this Gateway of Light Oracle deck. I just keep it on my desk, on my work desk.
okay,
It's
and it's
always there.
amazing.
Yes, it's amazing. It's a
we
beautiful deck.
all get we all get such a wonderful guidance through it.
Yes, yes. And then, of course, I always talk about access consciousness because it has changed my life. Because access consciousness not just works on your mind and beyond your subconscious mind, but there are processes which you can work with your body. Like there are processes which can help you. People have changed their physical, your physiological issues through access consciousness, body processes, because as much as your mind and intellect and your metaphysical space changes, also your body changes. Access consciousness, body processes, it's something you could start with. We also have an introductory course at Unicorn Insight, which Neelam is also getting trained to be a teacher. It's a basically a 12 weeks. It's a certification course, and
Yeah.
where we will be talking about everything right from the scratch. It's our own Unicorn Insights own school of Ascension will be starting this course in January 20. We were supposed to launch it this year, but it's happening next year now. It's a 12-week certification where you finish the first level, then you take a break, you do some work, and then you again submit the work, and then you go for the next 12 weeks, which is the level 2. Post level 2, you could also do an internship with us, and then you go for um, the course with the last 12 weeks. Last might go a little more than 12 weeks, and then you get a certification where you become part of then you can choose whether you want to practice or you want to um, be self-employed, or you just want to use it for your
Absolutely.
learning.
And yeah, and I would just like to vouch for the course because I have started it like in the month of March. It
Yes.
has brought so many changes in the
Changes.
way I
Yes.
think, the way I
Function.
perceive things, and functioning and looking at things from a different perspective,
Yeah.
understanding, comprehending more about the people. And this is so much essential in my corporate life as well, because now I don't think that these things are good or these things are bad. I just
Ab-
think that okay, this person is in a different uh,
Absolutely. Space.
dimension. I am on a different
Yes.
dimension.
Yes.
He has
Yes.
his
Yes.
own path, I have my own path. So I don't criticize now. I don't I focus on my goals, my priorities, my
Mm.
life. And
Yes.
it has given me kind of clear vision to
Yeah.
understand why I am
Clarity.
here. Yes,
It helps
clarity.
you let go of the mind fog. And I always feel whenever you're going through a difficult time, you heal a lot through wisdom. The
Yeah.
more wisdom you get, you heal. Because for me, my a lot of personal growth happened because of the metaphysical wisdom which I got through. So, as I said, like coming back to your question, Neelam, now I'm a light worker, what do I do? So find out about what you would like. At Unicorn Insight, we are there to support you. If you are a light worker, if you want to, if you're serious about this mission, where you are there to spread light and where you are there to, change the world, and you don't know where to start from, we are here to help you. As I always say that, um, like how to identify light work. Many people might feel so because books and textbooks will not teach us that, right? Our school system will not teach us that. But if you feel inside that you have a divine calling to inspire and empower others, right? Or you want to just empower people. People might say, I want to help people. But when you say you want to help people, you are putting yourself in a superior position. Instead, say, I want to empower people. Okay. Also, another trait of a light worker is they're highly sensitive. They are someone, if they are not grounded, if they do not have the knowledge, if they are not trained, they will cry at the drop of a hat, and they will be emotional at every moment, and they will be labeled as weak. But I think this emotion, this sensitivity is the biggest power. For me, my emotions and my sensitivity has been my personally biggest powers. And as compared to when I was in the corporate world, my emotional sensitivity was not honored. But now, as a light worker, I that's a skill. That's the number one skill which I have, which can help my clients to, do better in life. And Neelam, we all as light workers, we are extremely powerful, right? We all
Yes.
have, we all have superpowers. We all have, and intuition and clairvoyance can be developed. Please know that these are not something कि हाँ उसको आगे का दिखता है, उसको बाहर का, उसको angels दिखते हैं. This is not something which is woo woo. You can train your mind to
We all
act.
have those abilities, just that
We all have
we
the
need to,
abilities.
yes, we
Absolutely. You
need to
only need to
wake up
believe.
and see it.
Absolutely. So a tarot student of mine, she was she had to do a reading. She learned tarot from me, and now she is doing tarot readings for clients, and she's really doing very well. So in between, she spoke to me where she told me, Ashwini, you know what has happened? There was someone who came to me for a reading, and she never believed in herself. She always felt that she was very bad. And I kept on telling her that, Tum bahut अच्छे reader ho. So she said that a client came to her and she saw, um, while doing the reading, when she closed her eyes, she sensed something, she saw something, and she was not sure if she has to share with the client because she was feeling, I feel my mind is making it up. So she saw that that client was moving to another city in the tarot reading, and she told that client, कि, you might move to another city. And that client said कि ये possible ही नहीं है क्योंकि मेरे ऑफिस के जो policies है, they won't allow me to relocate. And in 2 months, that client's my student's client actually got a call to move to another city with a better pay package and all of that. And she was actually in
Wow.
tears when she was speaking. So, she had that skill, Neelam, she has that skill. She is very good. And I just told her that you have to just exercise that skill. It's like, how we build muscles. Same, exactly
Yeah.
the same. So basically, light workers are very sensitive. They have superpowers. They feel compelled to share the message, and they are here for a higher purpose. So any of these characteristics, if all our viewers, um, if you feel you have those characteristics, and if you have this calling to take your work to the next level, get in touch with us, and we can definitely help you through it, because we also do something called as life purpose coaching, through which we help
Yeah.
people move from their some people want to pursue their life purpose while doing a job, like, and it's absolutely okay. Not everyone doesn't need to quit their job and start with their life purpose from
Yeah.
day one, but there will come a
The
point
way
in
I do it.
the way you do it. Absolutely, Neelam, you are the biggest example. We have so many people in our team who are who are
Full
pursuing
time.
their life.
Yes.
Yeah, they are in full-time jobs, and they are still doing life, they are pursuing their life purpose. And then there are people like me who are doing it full-time, and it's very much possible that we can do all of that. So we have something called as life purpose coaching, through which we slowly help you move. And there have been people who were homemakers, and they were guided to work on this path, and have fully transitioned into a light worker role, and they are now, they've started making money too, because as a light worker you can charge for your services. So we do something called as a life purpose coaching, where we slowly help you identify what your life purpose is, and we help you transition into that. We help you also build your confidence, work on your psychic skills, help you exercise those psychic skills. So the options are multi-million, right, Neelam? And I'm sure that many people who are watching this will be happy to know that. I think
Yes,
we have,
absolutely.
and I think we are overshot our time. But जब नीलम आप मेरे साथ रहते हो, तो I can always go on like this.
Same here, same here.
And
And
I think this was an
I,
interesting.
I want to know more. I want to, so
Yes,
maybe,
we can have
we'll
one more
continue this discussion
again.
in our
And
next talk.
absolutely. And for all of you who are watching this and who would like to know more, please um, feel free to drop a message or an email to us. We will put all the
Yes.
details in our in below this video. And thank you, Neelam, for being such a wonderful co-host. It's always a pleasure to have you with me. And
Same here. The pleasure is mine.
thank you so much. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Neelam. And with this, we close this a little longer, overshot and overtime call. And we hope you have a great weekend and lots of magic to you. To know more about our work, log on to www.unicorninsight.com. This is Ashwini and Neelam. Bye bye.
Signing off.
Thank you.
Bye
Signing off.
bye.